Doctor, you recognize this image?
Yes.
Is that an image of the bag of rugs that you had the opportunity to examine at OCME?
Yes, it is.
The Commonwealth would seek to mark this as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which is file number P10900001.
No objection.
The next image, P109000, is that what you said?
0001.
0001 is now in evidence as Exhibit 181. Thank you. And jurors, we had a change in staff over the weekend and for the rest of the trial. Ms. Blankenship is going to be the court reporter. I know you can only see the back of the person, but welcome.
And Your Honor, may the Commonwealth publish.
Pardon me?
May the Commonwealth publish the exhibit.
You sure can.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, can we have file number P10900001? So, Doctor, directing your attention to the image on the screen, what is the significance of the 230493 at the bottom?
That is the OCME case number. So 23 was the year, 2023, and then that was the number of cases we'd had up to that point.
And so, Doctor, your numbers, are they the same as the crime lab numbers?
No.
Okay. And if we could take that down, thank you. And could we have what was marked as Exhibit 180 from Friday? And for the record, this is file number PC110198. Doctor, directing your attention to the screen for Exhibit 180, what were the observations you were able to make of this piece of carpet?
This piece of carpet has a large area of red-brown stain on it, and in the middle of this stain was an approximately 1/4 inch long, what looked to be a blood clot.
Could you take that down, Ms. Gilman? Thank you. So, Doctor, what is a blood clot?
A blood clot is just blood that has solidified or clotted.
And how were you able to make the determination it looked like a blood clot? What was it that about it that gave you that indication?
It's the correct color, shape, consistency of a blood clot. I've seen thousands of them.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Thank you. Doctor, do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of a close-up of the blood clot from that section of carpet?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which is PC110197.
No objection.
Photo PC110197 is now in evidence as Exhibit 182. Thank you.
Your Honor, may the Commonwealth publish 182?
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, could we have PC110197? So, Doctor, that's the close-up of the blood clot that you identified?
Yes.
What did you do with that blood clot?
I saved that blood clot in a jar for possible future DNA analysis.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. How do you save it in a jar, sir?
You place it into a plastic jar, and then we, I believe, freeze that jar afterward.
Now, that's two. Your Honor, if I may approach?
You may.
Thank you. Doctor, I'm showing you two images at this point in time. Are those fair and accurate depictions of the next section of carpet you had the opportunity to analyze or look at that day at OCME?
Yes, this was the largest piece.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to enter the next two photographs as exhibits.
What are the...
File numbers?
Yes?
The first would be PC110204, And the second would be PC 110217.
No objection.
Those two photos now identified by the Commonwealth by their P number are in evidence as 184 and 185.
That's what I have.
Thank you for the correction, 183 and 184.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth may publish these next two exhibits.
You may.
Ms. Gilman, can we have what's now been marked as Exhibit 183, which is PC 110204? Doctor, directing your attention to what's been marked as Exhibit 183. What observations did you make of this carpet while it was being unrolled?
I observed the same types of red-brown stains on the carpet. There were also more areas of clotted blood, and there were also areas with white, clumpy, powdery substance. Some of it was discolored from the fluid that was on it.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 184, which is PC 110217? So close. And doctor, is this the same section of carpet?
Yes.
And now, doctor, on this section, were you still able to observe the red-brown staining and the white substance?
Yes.
In addition to making these observations of the white substance, did you identify anything as far as potential hairs?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. Your Honor, can I go?
Yes.
Doctor, you recognize this image?
Yes,
Is that a collection of hairs that you saw on that section of carpet?
it is.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to enter PC 110243 as the next exhibit.
No objection.
It's in evidence now as 185, 110243.
And Your Honor, the Court of Commission may Commonwealth publish exhibit 185.
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, could we have PC 110243? Doctor, directing your attention to exhibit 185, what did you do with this collection of hairs?
I collected all the hairs that I could find on the piece of carpet, and including this clump, and I put them in an envelope, an evidence envelope, and sealed it and signed it.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. Now, Doctor, besides making observations of the section of carpet as far as what you saw on it, did you have the opportunity to go through that material and find any objects in it?
Yes.
Your Honor, can I approach?
Yes.
Doctor, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
Is that a close-up of the section of carpet with a hand holding a ruler that you had the opportunity to examine OCME?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to mark this as the next exhibit, Your Honor, which is PC 110208.
No objection.
Photo with that ID is now in evidence as 186.
Your Honor, with the Court's permission, may the Commonwealth publish exhibit 186?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, could we have PC 110208? So, Doctor, directing your attention to this image, whose hand is that?
That is my hand with a glove.
And what is the ruler next to?
just above the ruler, you can see a metal item that has a loop on one side. It appeared to me to be some sort of jewelry charm without a chain attached.
And doctor, around that area, is that white substance, is that what you were talking about as the white powdery substance? And I don't want to misstate you if it's not powdery, but what is that? Was that what you saw that day?
Yes, almost all of these clumps are that same powdery, clumpy substance. Some of them look red and brown and tan, probably because of the liquid that made them clump.
Ms. Gilman, if you could take that down. Thank you. Doctor, what did you do with that piece of metal that you found?
I photographed it, and I also placed it into an envelope and saved it for evidence.
May I approach you, Ron?
You may.
Doctor, do you recognize this image?
Yes, I do.
Is that a picture of the piece of metal that you photographed by an envelope?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to have image file number PC110245 as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection.
110245, that image is in evidence as 187.
With the court's permission, Your Honor, may the Commonwealth publish 187?
You may.
Ms. Gilman, can we have PC110245? Thank you. So, doctor, is this the photographing of the piece of metal that you spoke of?
Yes.
And that envelope, is that the envelope you put it into that's in the photograph?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes?
Doctor, there's gloves beneath you. You can put those on. Doctor, I'm handing you a glassine envelope. I'm going to ask, do you recognize the envelope that's inside the glassine envelope?
Yes.
And did you have the opportunity to look inside that paper envelope this morning?
Yes, I did.
Is that the same paper envelope that you put the piece of metal in at the OCME?
Yes.
And the yellow sticker on the exterior of the envelope, what is that number on it?
That's the same OCME number. That was the number of this case.
And on the front of it, do you recognize the writing on the front?
Yes.
And how do you recognize that?
That is my handwriting describing what this was.
And can you look inside the envelope and then ask to recognize the object? Do you recognize the object, sir?
Yes, I do.
Is that the piece of metal that you found in the rug while you were doing your examination at OCME?
Yes.
If you could hold on to it for one moment.
Sure.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have the glassine envelope that has the paper envelope and the piece of metal inside the paper envelope as the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No objection.
It's now in evidence as 188.
Thank you, Doctor. You can put it back inside. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Doctor, did you recognize any writing on Exhibit 188, the piece of metal? Anything that was pressed into it?
Yes, there was an engraving of Gucci on one side.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes?
Doctor, do you recognize that image?
Yes, I do.
What is that an image of?
This is the plastic container that I saved a large amount of this clumped substance and also all of the blood clots that I found.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, which is file number PC 110222.
Any objection?
No objection.
PC 110222 is now in evidence as Exhibit 189.
Your Honor, may the Commonwealth publish Exhibit 189?
Yes?
Ms. Gilman, could we have PC 110222? So, Doctor, this container, what did you do with this container?
I put a lid on this container, and then we put it in a freezer.
And why do you put it in a freezer?
For DNA analysis, that's the preferred method of preserving the tissue.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could close out of that. Doctor, did you take any other samples that day while you were making your examination of the rugs?
Yes, I did.
What did you take for samples?
I saw in I painstakingly mushed through a lot of this crumbly substance, and there was one area near one of the blood clots that appeared to have some specks of something that could possibly be tissue. The clumped areas appeared to be tissue at first, or possibly tissue, but upon further inspection, it was obvious that none of this clumped powdery material was actually any kind of tissue. But this one area had very small specks of something that I thought might not be the same type of powder. So I put this area, I saved that for looking at under the microscope.
And how do you do that, sir?
How do you save it? Or
Yes, please.
you put it into a cassette.
And do you have to add anything to the substance to put it in the cassette?
No, but you put the cassettes into formalin. It's like formaldehyde that preserves the tissue.
What happens, and now, you did that with the tiny specks. Did you do that with any other items that day? Make formalin, put things into formalin?
No, I saved the blood clots mainly for DNA testing.